Okay, so this is going to be the Soviet first impulse of the game. As they do not have the initiative disc, they cannot, even if they wanted to, play a strategic impulse. So the only two options left for them are to either play a tactical impulse or a pass. If they were to choose a pass, they could choose one block to move, any distance really, because I'm using the optional rules, so it would be considered rail movement. So I could move at any distance, or I could build one defensive line. No engagements whatsoever. Well, as if you watch the previous two videos, you will have seen that German, or the Axis, I should say, the Axis's first attack didn't go all that well, or not as well as they would have liked. So there are actually quite a few remaining Soviet units. And I'm also, changed the position of the camera so you can actually see their strength. Well, maybe their strength isn't even all that impressive, and I'm talking about the white units in the front line now, but they're all fast units. Tank units and one mechanized infantry. Most of them are actually remnants, so they're not much of a threat to the Germans, but if I actually manage to retreat them, and, perhaps, who knows, for sure they'll live to fight another day. I might be able to retreat them into better defensible terrain, and maybe, who knows, even if it's just one or two of them, if I make it to August, I'll have a logistics phase, and I'll be able to upgrade them to actually make them a bit stronger. So again, I cannot do that by playing a strategic move because I do not own the initiative disc as a Soviet player, but I do, I have a headquarters in range, which is the northwest headquarters here in Pskov, if I pronounce that correctly. I have no idea really, but that's what it looks like. So I'm going to activate that one. So I'm just going to play a regular tactical impulse, but with the intention of withdrawing some of my units. This one here, I hope you can see it. I'm just going to leave it there because I first have to activate the headquarters, and I'd like to move it back even a little bit further, just to get as far away from the Germans as possible. Previous game I played, I actually lost two of my Soviet headquarters. You're already pretty limited in what you can do as a Soviet player, so you certainly don't really want to lose any headquarters if you can prevent it. So it's better to be safe than sorry. I'm actually going to move it here, so I'm going to move it back one area. It still has a range of 3, but that does mean that this one is now out of reach. But even though it's the strongest one, but as I said, I don't want to run the risk of losing yet another headquarters. So I'm going to have it there. Okay, so this one I'm going to retreat. It's a fast unit, so it's got a move of 5. Goes for both of them here. 1, 2, 3, 5. I guess I'll put them here. That goes for both of them. I'm just going to put them upside down in area 77, which is a yellow area, and hopefully it will, once the Germans do get there, and they will, it will make it a bit better defensible. That one is now out of tactical range, so it will have to stay there. I mean, I'm going to have to sacrifice it. This one, these 3 I could move back, which I will. This one is a slow unit. Let's just put it. Well, I guess we'll put it here. This one I will move in with the headquarters. You never know, the Germans do get there. It's better to have some stronger units there. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's a red area. It would be 6. So Well, let me just put it here then. Means that it's moved. This one, 1, 2, 3, and disengage is 4. I'll put into Pskov. This one, I suppose we'll just leave it here. I mean, I shouldn't make it too easy for the Germans to get to Velikiya Luki, because that will actually free up lots of additional German units that will be added to the Germans. Well, not even forceful, but added to play right away. So I don't want that to happen. Still have some orange units that I could move. Let's see. Well, this one I'm going to leave here, and that one in Ostrov will retreat as well, I suppose. Stalin would put me in front of a firing squad right away, I'm afraid, for retreating, but I'm going to do it anyway. Going to put it into this yellow area here. There wasn't a unit out of supply, actually, which I forgot to do before starting the tactical impulse, because I should have checked that if there was a Soviet unit out of supply, but I do seem to recall that that wasn't the case, funnily enough. Now I'm going to deactivate the headquarters, so I'm going to put it upright again. It's back down to a strength of 3 now. And the other units I'm going to put upright as well. So basically a tactical impulse with a tactical retreat. That concludes the Soviet first impulse.